everyone, welcome to another Zwift race analysis video. Before getting into the video, I want to say that I am super close to 200 subscribers, so if you could please like, subscribe to help support the channel and help getting it 200 subscribers, that would be great. So without further ado, let's get started with the video. This is the Team Draft Thursday race, a race that I've been doing pretty frequently, and it's a race that Zwift Insider is normally in, and it's a pretty small race, so we normally try to do some tactics, and we try to see what we can do to make the race a bit more interesting. So here you can see that there are 11 riders in the lead group right now. We have around 2.5 laps left, just approaching the finish of the third to last lap, and there were around 30 riders to start the race, but then we did a attack on lap 8 that brought the group down to around 11 riders, which is what it's currently at. The usual riders from this race: Derek Rush, Eric Schlang, and I. There's also one other rider who is a very strong rider, Mike Abraham from Talente Fry, and he has a Zwift power score of 145 and some very strong power numbers. I've raced with him in previous races, and I knew that he likely had a very good shot at winning the race. This race was generally pretty mellow, other than the attacks that I had done with Eric and a few other riders on lap 4 and 8, and also the cobbled climbs where riders normally tend to attack. Those are the only points where it's actually a pretty hard race, and the rest of the race is pretty mellow in zone 1 or 2 here. So you can see on the screen based on my power graph that I am not going too hard right now, and we're about to hit the cobbled climbs. Coming into the final lap, the plan was for Eric to be the sacrificial lamb. So basically on the false flat, Eric would go all out and try to do an attack to try to get Mike to follow him so that he could shake up the race and give us a better chance in the finishing sprint. What I needed to do in order to make this attack successful was to just sit in and try to conserve all the energy I could to try and not follow the breakaway, and to just sit in the group until the finishing sprint. Then I just give it everything I have left and see what I can do in the finishing sprint. By then, the goal is to have Mike be too tired to win the race, so giving me a better chance in the finishing sprint. Eric did not have anything to lose in this attack because he had forgotten to pair his heart rate, so he would not be included in the Zwift power results anyway. My legs were feeling pretty good, so I thought that I had a pretty good shot at taking the win. And here you just see Eric go right off the front, and immediately after you see Mike follow. But the thing is, the entire group starts to chase the attack, which makes me have to chase too. So here I am at the back of the group trying to chase to make sure that I don't get dropped. By now the group has pretty much come together, and there isn't much of a breakaway going anymore because everyone in the group is pushing around 5 watts per kick to reel back in the riders. Right now I'm just sitting in because I have caught back up to the wheels of the front few riders, and right now I'm just going to hold steady on the climb. That was my plan, but one rider didn't attack and ended up holding it to the rest of the race. So here I end up having to do a full-on sprint to try and catch back up to make sure that I didn't get dropped. And then right here I start to ease back off because I'm with the top few riders. There's one rider off the front, so I'm not really too worried because normally attacks on this route don't really work unless you have an extremely strong 1 to 2 minute power. And this rider ended up having a very strong power. The group is now back together and everyone is just chilling, waiting for someone to make the first move. Well, technically a second move because a move has already been made earlier on in the race. So everyone's just waiting for one rider to sprint, and then as soon as that rider sprints, everyone else will go. I'm watching Mike to see when he sprints because I know that he's probably one of the smartest riders in the group, especially with his power set. So as soon as he goes, I just sprint all out. I put my head down. I'm on the drops right now, sprinting as hard as I possibly can. I hit 570 watts, which is the most I've ever hit in a race, and that's 16.1 watts per kg. It's not quite enough to catch Mike, but it does get me 3rd place. 2nd place on the Zwift power results because the rider who won the race did not have heart rate, so was disqualified in the final Zwift power results. Overall, it was a great race. It was lots of fun, and this is one of my favorite races that I do every week, especially with all the tactics and all the fun that we have together. So I look forward to more of these races. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. I'm almost at 200 subscribers, so please hit the like and subscribe to help support the channel.